everybody, this is Zoe from No Safer Place, and I know that some of you guys' favourite videos are Q&As, and every time I do one I get such a fantastic response and you guys really seem to enjoy it, so I decided to do another one. I'm going to try and not make this one as long as usual because they are usually about 20 minutes and that is too long, so I will limit the questions a bit this time. Also, I did it privately on Instagram, so I'm not sure if you guys want your names to be revealed, so unless I know that you're okay with it, for example my friend Liv, I won't say your names. But thank you all so much for the questions. There has been some great ones this time, so let's get chatting. The first one is, what's your favourite standalone so far this year? I've spoke about A Curse So Dark and Lonely so much, but that isn't a standalone. I know it is at the moment, but it won't be for much longer. So I'm going to go with Catwoman Soul Stealer. I definitely wasn't expecting that to be up there, but I think it's my favourite standalone this year. It was absolutely amazing. I've spoke about it a lot in my previous few videos, so I'm not going to talk about it too much and bore you to tears, but honestly, even if you don't like superheroes, I would give this a go because it's amazing. The next question is, what is your favourite book so far that you've read? Now, I'm not sure if this means this year or in general. Now, one of the next questions is, what is your favourite book you've ever read? So I'll just merge them all into one. Definitely After the Fire by Will Hill. I know that I have a few new subscribers at the moment and I'm not sure if I've mentioned him in the last few videos, but honestly, if you haven't read After the Fire yet, you need to go and pick it up. I will leave the video in the description box below where I go on a long rant about why this book is the greatest book of all time. Also, Dracula is worth a mention because until I read After the Fire, Dracula was my favourite book. I am not a huge fantasy fan, but with vampires and with Bram Stoker, I am, because I just think Bram Stoker's writing was just so ahead of his time and that book is just sensational. The next question is, have you ever read Bonfire by Kristen Ritter? Now, I can honestly say that I haven't. I have heard a little bit about it. I have heard people talking about it, but I don't really know what it's about. I'm not sure if you've asked this question because you think that I will enjoy it. If that's the case, let me know in the comments below because I love finding new books to read. And let me know what the premise is as well because I don't really know much about it apart from a few people have said it's good. The next question is, what is your favourite trope in a book? Now, this is hard because I think it all depends on the author and if I'm enjoying the story. For example, I hate the thought of love triangles, but every single thing I enjoy usually has a love triangle in it, so I feel like I'm a bit stumped with that one. I feel like I am going to stick with love triangles just to be that cliche. I guess it all depends on the love triangle as well. Like the love triangle in the Vampire Diaries I absolutely despise, but in other books that I've read I love them, so what's a girl gonna do? The next one is, what would your dream box collab be? Now, this is in regards to my subscription box, if you guys didn't know. I think my dream box would probably be with Samantha Shannon. I would love to create a Bone Season box, and I think designing products around that with one of my favourite authors of all time would be the most incredible thing, and there's so much you could do with that because it is such a fantastic world and such a big series, and now you guys have made me want to do a Bone Season box. The next one is, what video editing software do you use? Guys, I get asked this so often. I just use Windows Movie Maker. I, at the moment, cannot afford anything else because good video editing software is very expensive and I can't afford to get a Mac or anything like that. So I just use the bog standard Windows Movie Maker. It is nothing fancy. I just think once you've explored it a bit and you've got used to it, you can actually make pretty good videos with it. So, big fan of Windows Movie Maker myself. The next one is, do you think you'd make a good vampire? Would you be more of a Ripper or an Edward? I am pretty certain I would be like Caroline. I feel like I am very controlled and very organised, but I think on the odd occasion that I do go off in the deep end and do turn my humanity off, it would be absolutely catastrophic, kind of like Stefan, I would just go absolutely insane. You know, when Caroline in season 6 episode 17 and Caroline just completely goes off the handle, I think that's what I would be. It would be either completely clean cut and doing everything down to the T as I was supposed to do, or completely off the handle. That's kind of how I am in life, to be honest. The next one is, who is your favourite Vampire Diaries cast member other than Paul and Candice? Now, in real life, wow, that's hard, because Paul and Candice are like my faves. I think I would have to say Joseph Morgan, or Ian, to be fair. I actually really love Ian in real life. I don't like him in the show at all, but in real life I think he's actually really a nice person. Or Joseph Morgan, because he is just as wonderful in real life. The next one is, where would you like to see yourself 10 years from now? Now, in 10 years I'll be 34, which seems like a really long time away, but it isn't. And I'm not sure. As long as I'm just happy and healthy, I feel like I'll probably still be renting, because unless something massive happens, I feel like I'm always going to be living in a small 1-bedroom flat, because living near London is very expensive. I feel like I'll still be married to my husband, hopefully. I don't want kids or anything, so not much is going to change there, I would highly doubt anyway. And hopefully I'll still be doing bookish things like YouTube and the book box and my blog. But 10 years is such a long time, so much can change in that time frame, so that is what I hope, that things just continue as they are, but who knows what life has in store. The next question is, your most anticipated read for winter/autumn this year? Now, this is a really easy question for me, because I have been excited for this book since the last one came out, and it is A Queen of Air and Darkness by Cassandra Clare. Cassandra Clare is just incredible. She is probably my most read author. I have never not read a book that she has written. So she has many books out, and I have read every single one, because I just think she is absolutely amazing. I know her writing didn't start well, but she has got so much better now, and the Dark Artifices series has been amazing so far. So much better written, the world building is amazing, so yes, it's A Queen of Air and Darkness. Okay, I will answer one more question, because this video is getting long already, like I presumed. How is your mental health at the moment? Wow, a loaded question. I mean, if you guys have been following me on Twitter, you will see that my dad has had a health scare. Well, it's not a health scare, he has heart failure basically, and that has not been good for my mental health. I have really struggled getting to grips with that, and actually I'm not sure if I've told you guys, I am currently getting CBT therapy, which if you guys are interested in having a video on, just let me know in the comments below, because I went in not really knowing much about it, and I don't know if that's similar for you guys. Like, I knew it was something that you had to do for yourself, and you had to be willing to do homework and things like that, and it was more focusing on coping mechanisms and ways to help with anxiety and depression, rather than just chatting about your feelings, which is what I've always had with counselling. So yeah, it's not great at the moment, but I'm getting the help that I need, and I feel like I'm coping considering how much is happening at the moment. So yeah, not sure if that was a nosy question or a question of concern, but either way, I do like talking about my mental health to you guys. I find it really therapeutic. I'm not sure why, but I find it much more reassuring when I'm talking to a camera as to writing a blog post. So yeah, if you want to see a video on CBT or any other techniques, because to be honest, I've tried them all, just let me know. And that is it for the questions. This video is already pushing on 15 minutes before editing, and I don't want to be editing for too long. If you have any other questions, just leave them in the comments below. I love chatting, so let's get talking. I hope you all have enjoyed this video. Let me know what you would like to see more of on my channel, and I hope to see you all again soon. Thank you. Bye.